And to help us assess events, we're joined now by Thomas Ruskin. He's a former detective and investigator with the New York City Police Department. He also heads up the security company CMP Protective and Investigative Group. Thank you so much for joining us from New York.
Thanks for having me.
So what is your assessment right now of this mass shooting based on what you've seen and heard so far? Any idea of a motive or when we could learn the motive?
Well, I mean, at this point in time, it appears that this guy was a lone gunman. It doesn't look like he has any ties to Al-Qaeda or any other radical group. And it could have just been a guy who went up there for his own motives, yet to be known to the public, maybe known to police, and opened fire randomly, killing all those innocent people attending a gorgeous night in Las Vegas and a concert.
Would you consider this terrorism?
It's homegrown terrorism. I mean, it's the same thing as Timothy McVeigh and Terry Nichols and those type of incidents and the Pulse nightclub shooting. But is it terrorism the way that you think of it? No. But by a law enforcement definition, it is homegrown terrorism.
Now, there are reports that the suspect's hotel room was filled with guns all over the place. How is it possible to move all of that weaponry around without drawing any attention? And do you think we'll see some security measures being changed or re-examined at something like this?
It's funny because I'm now in the security business and security consulting. We've gotten numerous calls this morning from hotels and venues of what they can do, and we're discussing with them. But one of the things that may be employed in the future is bomb or explosive sniffing dogs. They can smell the actual bullet and gunpowder that's used in it and potentially root out someone trying to bring it in. We don't know how this guy got the guns in as of yet. Law enforcement will determine that. Could have been in golf bags. He could have made numerous trips. That'll all come out in the investigation.
And look, it's a big venue. There are always thousands of people visiting Las Vegas, but here we are again, another attack on a soft target, huge crowds at a concert. So again, let's talk about the question of security. You're a former NYPD cop, and I know that you've probably spent many years trying to figure out how to keep people in Times Square safe. So how difficult is to keep huge crowds of people safe?
It's virtually impossible. I mean, something like this, unless you saw it coming, would be impossible. I can't imagine what it was like for the cops on the ground, the off-duty officers who raced towards the hotel, knowing that gunfire is coming from an upper floor. But if you're familiar with the Mandalay Bay Hotel, it's all glass. Every single window looks alike, except where the gunfire may be coming. And to pinpoint and target that must have been a horrific task. And to do it as quickly as they did, to take the room, to breach the room, and neutralize the assailant is a really monumental task. And a lot of law enforcement people were hurt and or injured, and some were killed.
Thomas, very quickly, what is next? What should we be watching for in the coming days and weeks ahead here?
Well, I think that everyone should be at their highest state of alert in this country every single day of the year. I think law enforcement will take this as a critiquing moment and learn from it. But sometimes you just can't stop a lone wolf. It's one of those things that we live in the society in which we live.
All right, Thomas Ruskin in New York City, thank you for your time. We appreciate it.